What's up YouTube, Knight's Edge here again. Got another little quick review for you of a pretty cool knife. This one was sent to me by none other than the Ponds. Really appreciate you, Ponds, for sending this and some other pretty cool knives along. People like him that help support the channel kind of help me going, keep me going with the regular knife content, and I appreciate it very, very much. Hit the like button if you like the content. It's right down there, and subscribe if you want more of it. Want to become part of the channel, become a channel member, join the Knights. Patreon links down below also, as well as my Discord. Really appreciate all my supporters, all my subscribers, everyone that helps keep the channel going, everybody that watches, comments, likes, it all helps. Appreciate you guys so much. So without further ado, that is the KnivesShipFree 601X. Get a nice close-up of that. Pretty unique looking blade, right? Got that fuller in there with the 3 holes. Really, really nice drop point. Pretty cool gold inlay on the handle. A little bit of Damascus right there, getting a little fancy with it. As you can see right there, 140 and 158. These are limited editions. This one I couldn't find available anywhere. There is a version of it that's available on AtlanticKnife.com. It's not an affiliate link, but I'm going to link it down below anyway, in case you guys are interested in getting one of those. So, the KnivesShipFree 601X. Overall length from the tip of the blade to the back of the handle, you're looking definitely a full-size knife. Looking right at 8 5/8 of an inch there. Overall blade length, if you go from the tip of the blade all the way to where the handle meets up with the scale right there, you're going 4 inches. Cutting edge on it, past that finger choil, you're looking at right at 3 5/8. So definitely every bit of a full-size knife. Get the old calibers out here. Alright. Thickness, thickest part of the spine. You are looking at right around 91 thousandths, decently thin. And behind the edge, you're going down to 25 thousandths behind the edge. Handle thickness, to scratch up his handles there, 491 thousandths, give or take a little bit. Not especially thick or thin, just right, really. It's like, you know, mini knives, but I mean, there are those out there that have those super thin handles that cut your hand, and that's a measurement that some people ask for anyway. Let's go ahead and do size comparisons. You got your cold steel knives, 8010, and your Demco knives, 80-20.5. That is the slicer version. So you can see here it's definitely every bit of a full-size knife with the length over 8.5 inches for sure. Not anywhere or not nearly as thick as the 8010 though. So a couple more. Got the Ontario Knives Rat Model 1 and the Ontario Knives Rat Model 2. Couple Spydercos. You got the Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Para 3. So you can see, especially up next to the PM2, definitely a more than full-size knife and a good decent amount more cutting edge than the PM2 for sure. And let's do 2 more. We'll do 2 from the same family. This is like it's kind of budget cousins, I guess, here. That's the Civivi Knives Vision FG, and that is the Civivi Chevalier. Alright, size comparisons done. Let's go ahead and weigh this thing. Let's see. Got the scale, turn it on. I don't know, man. I mean, if I had to guess, this thing feels fairly light for being, you know, titanium. You know, a more than full-size blade going on here for sure. CPM 20CV blade. I would say 4.5 ounces if I had to guess. I'm probably way off. 4.2, not too far off. So just over the ounce and inch ratio, but not too far over, not really too bad considering the size of the knife. It really doesn't feel in hand, and it's hard to describe, I guess, on a video where you're watching somebody else, you know, play with it, but it doesn't feel in hand as large as it really is. I think that's thanks a lot to the, you know, the ergonomic lines along with the milling and all that good stuff there that kind of helps take up some weight reduction, I guess. Let's see. This is, I'm gonna go with T8 first on this. T8, no, I think that's a T6. Clip screws, the clip screws are T8. Anodized blue, really pretty, really good looking. T8 on that captive pivot, which is awesome. T8 on the body screws, there on the clip screws. T8 on that body screw as well, and your lock bar insert right there, kind of your little over travel stop for the lock itself. I'm thinking, maybe not. Maybe it's not a T6. Let's see. Is this a T6? Yeah, it's a T6. I was thinking T8 to begin with, but yeah, it is a T8. Okay. So, T8 all the way around, good deal. Pretty awesome on the hardware situation on this one, really. Couldn't ask for nothing, you know, better than that, unless it was like T10 or, you know, but with that captive pivot and, you know, the rest of the hardware, you only need one T8 driver, so that's really good. So that's all the specs. Let's go ahead and get into the action, man. The action on this thing flips pretty good. You know, I like it a lot. I'm not a fan of single deployment methods on knives too much, but you know, this one is a pretty good exception of that. I'll give it, you know, kind of like a pass on that. The flipping action does work really well. You can fail it slightly, but you'd have to be trying pretty much to fail it. I'm not giving it any risk. That's pointing upward, you know. I mean, without any effort, it flips out just fine. Now, you might be wondering, can you use the fuller? You cannot use the fuller. I wish, that's one thing about it that I'd love for them to change. I wish was a little different. I don't know how they do it. Maybe cut out a little more, make it a little bit higher, you know, but you can't get your finger in there for the reverse flick. You can, sometimes I can reverse flick it if I, there we go. I push up, get your middle finger there and push up. You can reverse flick it that way. It's just not something that, you know, yeah, I can't. It's kind of hard to reverse flick. That's the point anyway. You can reverse flick it. It is possible, but it is fairly hard to reverse flick. You don't have that wide open, you know, space to get your middle finger in to do the spidey flick like you do with, you know, Spyderco knives, other knives with opening mechanisms. A lot of weed knives like that too. But yeah, the action on it, it goes pretty good. Kind of a shake shut knife, you know. Once you clear that detent, once you're clearing it right there, it won't fall shut, but it will kind of shake shut like that. So no issues there. You know, action could be a little bit better, but I mean, it's not terribly bad, or you know, it's not exceptionally great, but it's not really that bad. I like the way the blade looks. I like the aesthetic, that fuller, those 3 holes right there at the beginning kind of add something, you know, a little extra along with the 3 holes there. That's pretty cool. The flipper tab, you got some jimping there, put your finger on, that's fairly comfortable. Maybe could have done it a little smaller, you know, the flipper tab, a little bit shorter, kind of slanted it back or something like that, but I mean, not really that big of an issue there either. The place where this knife really shines in my book is the aesthetics of it, the way it looks. To me, the contrast with that groove that they've got cut out in the handle, you know, with the gold on there, that's pretty cool. You know, coming into that, going up to that, and a straight line again there, that's pretty neat. That looks good. Got your little Damascus right there on the pivot collar. You know, anodized hardware, also a nice touch. Have a standard milled deep carry, or standard milled clip there. As a matter of fact, I think I forgot to do the old blue jeans. Let's go ahead and do that. You know, I was forgetting something. So that's how it carries in pocket. You know, not deep carry at all. You know, but also not what I would say is like a super shallow carry. You know, it's not like sticking up a substantial amount. You got the black stonewash on the blade there, gold ano, and blue and gold ano on the titanium. It's definitely a good flipper. You know, if you look inside there, let's see if they did any milling for weight reduction. Certainly feels like it. And yeah, there's some weight reduction milling there. That's pretty cool. I like the aesthetics of the straight lines. You know, the back spacer kind of solidify. You got a little bit of jimping there on the end of it, which is, you know, I don't know what exactly that's for. Maybe whenever you reach in pocket to grab it, you know, I don't know. But it doesn't hurt anything. Adds a little bit of extra character, you know, just like the 3 lines there, just like the lines there, and a lot of other things about this knife. Your lanyard hole is there, you know, you do have it available, but it's hidden and it's not taking up anything that anything else would. So, you know, it doesn't take up space for the clip or anything like that. So that's good. I love the fact they put a back spacer. It's flush. It looks nice. You know, I wish they would have extended the back spacer a little farther down. Maybe put a little extra jimping up here, but that is not an issue. It's not a hot spot or anything. Choke back, you know, definite full 4-finger grip. Choke back, choked up. Still good 4-finger grip. You're almost riding that point right there. You know, if you go back to the second knuckle kind of, but not quite, you know, so it still feels pretty locked in there. So it feels locked in, choke back, and feels extra locked in, choke up, I guess I should say. Really great knife overall. I would say it's a good knife for the price. You're looking at about $250, $260 when you can find them available. The availability seems like they're out, you know, in a good amount of places I've looked. BladeHQ, DLT, Knife Center, a few other places, but like I said, Atlantic Knives does have the version of this, the blacked out version of this right now, and blacked out for $269, I think, something like that. Pretty close, but it is available on there. I'll link the Atlantic Knife link down below if you're interested in it. It's not an affiliate, again, just trying to help anyone out that's interested in buying this one. But yeah, the thing that stands out to me the most, I think, about this one's the aesthetics. You know, the contrasting colors there, and a couple little extra pieces of flair that they added there. You know, like your pivot collar, your limited number run, 140 out of 158 on that one. 20 CV on the blade, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but 20 CV, which is just a pretty good steal. It's definitely in the price parameter for this, you know. Pretty good, pretty good knife. You know, I wouldn't say it knocks my socks off like you know, just like, holy crap, this is awesome, you know, blows me away, I gotta have one or whatever. But it is a really good knife. You know, it is a knife that I wouldn't mind owning one day. You know, it definitely fits. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like the content, hit the like button. It's right down there. Subscribe to my channel if you want more of, you know, my content. Listen to me ramble more about knives. And again, thank you, Pons, for sending this knife along, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day and stay sharp.